Hello everybody and welcome back to I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. So today we're back in action. And first things first, I really need to raise our empathy. Because we are currently very close to being able to break them up. We just need 2 more months of empathy and then we will be able to break them up and then officially be Vase's partner. So we're gonna do that today, but first let's talk to him, because he wants to talk to us. Please don't tell me about your penis again. You spot Vase running over to Geophonics and hurry to catch up to him. As you approach, you smell the crackle of ozone from a blast cutter in the air. Vase is standing in the doorway to a shed, firing at something inside. Stupid sodding moths. You peer into the dim shed. There's a pile of smoking Dorbs moth corpses on the ground, and one last one fluttering frantically in the corner, trying to get out. Vase shoves the blast cutter at you and takes a knife from his belt. Hold the doors, Yabby. I'm gonna get this null shit with my bare hands. The fluffy Dorbs moth chitters in fear as Vase approaches. It may be a pest, but you get the impression that whatever Vase is gonna do to it is going to be downright inhumane. You got it, sir! Oh, I'm sorry, Cal. You wield the blast cutter and take a position at the door. Vase charges in and grabs the Dorbs moth by its whiskers, yanking it to the ground. He steps on its hard carapace and slashes off its catfish-like whiskers, then its diaphanous wings. The Dorbs moth squeals as it flops around, oozing ichor, and Vase steps back to watch. His expression is cold. Bloody parasites, he mutters. The less of them, the better. You watch the Dorbs moth flail its last agonizing minutes until it collapses and goes still. Survival is violence, Vase intones, like he's repeating a mantra. If something might hurt you, you can't give it the chance. This is what people in your colony don't understand. People like Cal, who think that everything can just get along. They're going to get us killed. You're right. Death to the aliens! Vase slaps you on the back. Hoorah, soldier! Oh, that poor Dorbs moth. Alright, I think we can do one thing of empathy and then relax, and then do the other empathy, and then we should be all ready to go. Oh, the surprise party! Oh, this is gonna be interesting. What's gonna happen? Vase and Nemi are with them. Let's see. Who invited you guys? This is a private party. It's a public lounge, Vase replies. We can sit wherever we want. Cal stomps right into the midst of the helos. You guys think that just because you fell out of the sky, you're the wormhole's gift to Vertumna, he spits out. We don't need you. We never needed you. All you do is make things worse, like this party. You've rarely seen Cal so ready for a fight. That Dorbs moth was the last straw. He doesn't even care about the body language of the Helio kids that's changed from cocky to dangerous. You're just a bunch of fascists, Cal continues. You and Lum. The lounge erupts, chairs screeching across the floor as the Helios jump to their feet yelling at Cal, calling the colony illegal and Cal a fugitive. They jostle him around, but Cal plants his feet and stands his ground. You hear a bottle breaking and see someone advancing on Cal. He's not backing down. You know what? Fight! Fight! Despite Cal's bravado and brawny physique, he's no fighter. One of the Helio kids socks him in the stomach and he goes down like a felled gnarled tree. Rex throws himself between Cal and his assailants, catching a few kicks on Cal's behalf before the Helios get tired and leave, with a few parting shots at Cal's alleged romantic interactions with float cows. Vase doesn't get involved, but he doesn't stop them either. He's the last to leave the lounge, staring hard at Rex before smirking and turning away. Yep, I'm not helping at all. You catch Vase outside the Garrison, leaning against the wall with his arm crossed. He looks put out by something and frowns at you instead of his usual hello. What's on your mind? I'll bet you already know, he sneers, crawling over here on your belly like you think I don't know how you and Anemone are becoming really good friends lately. She talks about you, you know, like you're the third sun in the bloody sky. His voice goes higher-pitched, mocking. Oh, Yabby did this, Yabby did that, he scoffs, like you're some sodding hero. Do I gotta be worried about you and her? Don't look surprised, he continues. It's a small colony, and I like to keep an eye on my girl, especially with people like you around, giving me a reason to think maybe she's not being as faithful as she should be. Like maybe I gotta worry about keeping her on a tighter leash. Oh, I hate you! Did you think... Ah, okay. Did you think I didn't know that you flirted with her? He says. Oh, 'cause I have! Pushing himself off the wall. He looms over you and cracks his knuckles. I like you, so I'm gonna give you one warning. Back the hell off. Nemi is mine. If I even catch you looking at her again, I'm going to beat your face into a goddamn pulp. So we have a problem with one simple solution. Stay away from my girl, Face growls. Oh, okay, I meant no offense. Yeah, I'll bet you didn't, he mutters. You don't have a death wish. He claps you on the shoulder. Just watch yourself, he warns you. You don't want to get hurt. I'm gonna get hurt. Hang on. 1 second. I've got one more month of empathy to do, and then I'll break you guys up. And then I will date you. Can we talk about you and Vase? Nemi's eyes dart around, as if looking for someone, before she gives you a strained smile. What about him? He's a trash bag in a man's suit. Nemi's head whipped towards you, shocked. What? How could you say that, Gabby? Yeah, I know how he gets sometimes, but he's still my boyfriend. The way he treats you isn't healthy. Nemi's eyebrows furrow. What do you mean, Gabby? Do you like when he accuses you? Nemi frowns. No, obviously. What does that have to do with anything? The problem isn't you, it's him. You tell her she shouldn't have to constantly prove herself to Vase. I've never thought about it that way, Nemi replies. It's like we have this argument all the time. He gets mad because he thinks I was talking to someone too long or because I said something that set him off. And when you talk to him about it? Well, he gets really upset that I'm upset with him, and then I have to apologize and reassure him that I love him, and it's always this whole thing. She sighs. I'm just tired of it, you know? I don't know what else to do. I don't know if there's anything else I can do. You deserve better. Nemi wipes her eyes. I don't know what to think, she says. I'll talk to him about it and see what he says. He deserves a chance to explain himself, but I don't know if he'll be able to. She gives you a quick hug. Thank you for talking to me about this, Yabby. You're my best friend on the whole planet. Yeah, and I'm stealing your boyfriend. Oh, so now I can confess to her if I want, but that's not what we're doing this run. That is unfortunately for next run. For now, we gotta keep kissing up to Vase. Speaking of, I'm gonna go back out to the swampy area. You're getting some tracking tips from Utopia, learning how to listen and look for subtle cues that an animal has been through here, or worse, has been hunting you. She stops and holds up her hand. Shush, she whispers. Did you hear that? You listen intently to the sounds of the swamp and hear a long, drawn-out hoot. It's kind of like an owl, but creepier. Makes you shiver. It's an air squid, Utopia continues. I've been tracking a herd of them for a few days. It's tough going. They float above the ground, like float cows. Maybe you'll have better luck. So you want us to kill it? Yeah, Face says, too loudly. Let's nullify this ugly bugger. The most important thing to do is observe it, says Utopia. If it's not acting aggressive and seems to be migrating away from the colony, you can leave it be. Mind ya, she says, shrugging, if you do get a clear shot, Red'll be happy with you, so there's that. A couple of surveyors been laid up by them, she adds, so stay on your guard and stick together. Okie dokie, I'm gonna run off on my own now, cause Vase is invisible to my naked eyes. Ooh, we got 2 exclamation points this time. Alright, let me start with the one over here. Boop. You hear that creepy hooting sound again. The air squid Utopia wanted you to track and observe. You know you're getting closer, so you better keep your eyes sharp. It seems to be on the move. Stop to listen. You carefully listen for it so you can tell which direction it's going, then move on. Alright. And then there's the one over here. There's something suspiciously regular about this clearing, something that doesn't feel natural. There's something here. I can feel it, Vase mutters. We're not leaving until we figure it out. Don't even think about dragging me down like you always do. Fine, if that's how he wants to play this. You split up and walk to opposite sides of the strange clearing to investigate. The muck sand here is so even here, like it was smoothed by a giant spatula or vibrated from below to settle perfectly level. You turn to see if Vase has any ideas. Wait, where did Vase go? Vase is gone? You jog over to where you last saw him and discover that the ground drops away here to reveal a perfectly person-sized hole. Vase's backpack lies nearby. He must be inside. You call down to him and hear the distorted echo of his voice call back to you. He's found something. You crawl in after him. The tunnel drops steeply. Oh, we're here! And is longer and more narrow than you're quite honestly comfortable with. You're relieved when you finally pull yourself through to a large cavern. Vase helps you to your feet with a haunted expression. And you rise to see, floating in the huge vat of glowing water is a Faceless. The vat, like a specimen jar, but massive, is walled on sides by organic-looking crystal growths, some transparent so you can see the abomination growing inside. The water inside undulates gently, throwing patterns of light on the cavern ceilings. Lights blink on control panels recessed into the wall nearby. What the hell is this place? Vase mutters, taking a step towards the vat. Is that thing alive? Did someone make it? As he steps closer, the Faceless inside the vat turns to perceive you. Its tentacle presses against the transparent glass, sensing you. You watch as its tentacle sticks to the glass, flexing, undulating, extending, its great body distancing itself from the glass until, oh no! Crack! The Faceless slams itself against the inside of the vat, and you hear an ominous cracking noise. You and Vase stand frozen in horror, with your only way out being a slow crawl through the belly of the soil behind you. You're trapped. Crack! Crack! Water spurts out from the crack. First one jet, and then two more, then five. Then the whole enclosure buckles and splinters all at once. You and Vase are pelted with crystal shrapnel, then unceremoniously knocked to the ground by a literal wall of water. You slam into the cavern wall and black out for just a few seconds, coming back to find yourself still spluttering and flailing as the water quickly drains away into grates in the floor. The whole room shakes with an ear-splitting roar. The Faceless is loose! Yabby! Vase calls out to you. Get up and run! You blink, trying to force your vision to resolve. Vase stands in front of you, his rifle drawn, and beyond Vase, the Faceless. Its gargantuan form can barely fit into this cavern. Its fleshy tentacles press up against the ceiling, and its tree trunk legs are stuffed awkwardly underneath it, like a poorly made stuffed animal. Its entire body looks saggy, runny almost, like it wasn't entirely done baking in there. It roars again, flecking you both with spittle and vat fluids. Vase gestures towards the hole. Go on, I'll hold it off! You struggle to your feet, the movement making your head pulse and a swell of nausea rise up in your stomach. You must have cracked yourself real good against that wall. I said get out of my way, Yabby, Vase hollers. This one's mine. The hole is right behind you, and Vase seems determined to throw himself at something really heroic. You could take the chance to flee, or... I'm ready for the tunnel. Let's see what happens. Oh, is he fucking dead? Oh. Oh no. The Faceless crushes Vase easily, then proceeds to bat his unconscious body around like it's a toy. It hurts just to watch. When it eventually loses interest and retreats farther into the cave, you sneak out and drag Vase to safety of the tunnel, trying not to look at the raw stump where his mechanical arm used to be. He comes to, groans, and grabs his crushed ribs. Almost got it, he gasps. Yeah, sure, keep telling yourself that. You look at your drone rifle, then at the terrifying Xeno. It stomps around the shards of its broken vat and lets out another ferocious roar. You could just leave it here and come back with a better plan. Or you could attack it alone. After seeing what it did to Vase, that would probably be suicide. Like, actually, for real, a stupidly dangerous thing to even attempt. You could die. But imagine the praise you'll get, beating a Faceless in one-on-one combat after Vase failed to. For glory! Impossible, my ass! I've beaten impossible fights before. That's not gonna stop me now. Impossible, my ass. First I kill Noculuscent, and then I kill a Faceless. Against all odds, you render the Faceless back into a chaotic pile of half-formed, grotesque body parts. It groans and slumps to the ground, leaking guts and foul fluids everywhere. You stare at it in shock. The destruction of the colony is so close to your memories that you can't help but feel a sense of dream, even just looking at the corpse of the Faceless. You turn back to Vase, who's fallen unconscious again, and scan him with your holopalm. He's in bad shape, but stable. You can freely explore the facility for now. You hear motion coming down the tunnel behind you and raise your drone rifle again. Security Chief Rhett, Utopia, and a medic team emerge from the tunnel, and you lower your rifle in relief. The medic team goes to check on Vase. Rhett looks around the facility while Utopia takes one look at the Faceless and pulls you into a hug. You doing okay, sweets? She says, checking you over. Your vitals were looking pretty scary there. We came to give you backup, but it looks like you did just fine yourselves. Oh, look at that thing. This is an incredible find, Rhett says, looking around in amazement. This facility is very, very old, so ancient that some of the equipment is buried under stalagmites, but obviously parts of it are still in use. We knew there were alien ruins on Vertumna, and that some were still powered, but this one, he runs his hand over a panel, this one is functional. Looks like an active cloning facility. The medic team finishes providing Vase and loading him with enough painkillers to make it home. As they load him onto a gurney, he mumbles, "Good work, partner." You explore the rest of the ancient facility. At the far end is a ramp up to a gigantic door, presumably the exit the Faceless would use. There are more rows of cloning takes of various sizes and states of collapse. The abomination trashed them in its death throes, and the blinking lights are all off now. Even the water in them is beginning to lose its glow. In one tank, you see what might have eventually grown into another Faceless. You sweep your flashlight over its lumpy, misshapen form, like an embryo, but as big as a person. Utopia calls a team of surveyors to document everything. Then Rhett sets explosives all throughout the place. When you've returned to the surface, he detonates them. You watch the strange clearing swell, then slump inwards, forming a depression that'll probably, in time, be a lake. Rhett pulls you aside and puts a heavy hand on your shoulder. "Good work," he says. "Who knows how many lives you saved today? But listen, we aren't going to talk about this place," he tells you quietly. "Not yet. We suspect this alien tech has just been running on autopilot since its creators left a millennia ago. But even so, not everyone is ready to hear about this." You nod in agreement. "Good kid," he says. "Alright. I'm just gonna do one more once-over, see if there's anything else I need to do, and then we can head back. We have some flirtation to do." What are you? You come across a grouchy, sick Manticore. It lost half of its flowering mane. It's all bare and mangy looking. It wobbles back and forth on pointed feet. It growls, interrupted by the occasional cough. Despite how fragile it looks, it still bares its teeth at you and lowers its head like it still wants to fight. "Easy kill," Face mutters beside you, raising his drone rifle. "Kill it! Why not? I've already murdered one thing today. Technically two, if you count the Dorbs moth, which I did not need to kill." For a sick old Manticore, the beast puts up a surprising amount of fight. Eventually you manage to bring it down, but it's a close call. Vase insists you pose for a selfie with your trophy. No, why? Vase, I'm already trying to forget about things as I do them with you, so please. Alright, let's go back. I want to see what will change now that we found that facility. Because the other one we found was me and Deese keeps the secret, but who knows what's going to happen next. Oh! It's your last swearing-in ceremony. At long last, you're a lieutenant. As you swear your oath to serve the colony, Rhett beams proudly at you. "Well done, kid," he says. "Well, not a kid," he corrects himself. "You're a full-fledged adult now, and a soldier. I'm proud to fight beside." From ranks of officers, Nemi claps the loudest for you. She can't wait to be a lieutenant like you and Vase. When everyone is sworn in, from cadets all the way to commanders, the security chief says a few words. "I'm proud to lead such a fine group of people," he says, looking over you. "It's easy to think that soldiers represent the strength of our colony, but that honor goes to the people we protect, the scientists, the artisans, the hearthkeepers, the children. I trust each and every one of you to keep these people close to your heart, and when the time comes, to know that no sacrifice made in their name will ever be in vain. Salute!" Governor Lum swaggers onto the stage. "Well said, Chief Red," he exclaims, clapping. "But I want to say, hey, who needs to sacrifice? Losers and suckers, that's who. We're gonna fight, and we're going to win." He pumps his fist like he's at a rally, prompting a wave of cheering among the soldiers. Rhett frowns, but says nothing. Dang, he's already causing problems again. +6 if this has the highest value. Dang, dangly dang. That's a good one. I'll have to remember that. I am a lieutenant. You know, they better have made me a lieutenant. Like, in this timeline, I straight up killed a Faceless when Vase couldn't. And imagine if they were like, nah, you're just like, you could stay an officer, you don't need to be like a lieutenant or anything. I deserve my rank. Speaking of deserving my rank, hey, Sim, did you hear that I murdered a Faceless ruthlessly? Oh, we're going to the Overseer. Hello. I have not done anything wrong, ever. I'm gonna be mean. Under the guidance of the gardeners and the final directive of the convergent domain, nature at last reclaimed the barren planet. The garden existed in perfect balance. And now, your species has invaded it. Yeah, we make this place less boring. That is one way to put it, the Overseer replies. You feel annoyance prickle up your throat and you flush, hot and squirmy. Is that the Overseer's emotions? You are connected rather intimately. Let's see. We have as much right to live as anything. Your mind fills with images of species rising and going extinct over thousands of years. Animals, with their short lives, are ignorant creatures. They care only for survival and the survival of their children. They have no concept of a legacy that spans the lifetime of a planet. They cannot be blamed, for living is their only purpose. But humans are animals with the power of gods. You consume recklessly, and your ceaseless fear of death fouls your every action. You shape the planet. You bend nature to your will, thinking only of yourselves. This is a power no animal should have. Most gardeners would prefer to stamp you humans out, like enroaching weeds. But Symbiosis speaks in defense of your kind. He shouldn't this time. So we ask, what are we to do with you? Screw you, we'll do what we want. Your brain prickles with a fear that is not your own. Little human, the Overseer intones, you have no idea what the gardeners are capable of. We could boil the seas and set the air on fire if we wanted to. There would be no escaping our judgment. There's a silence in your head, and you only hear the sound of water trickling down the cave walls and the gentle hum of machines. Eventually, the Overseer speaks in your mind one last time. For now, you may leave freely. We will consider this quandary, and we will be monitoring you and the other humans. Well, your boss needs to get out more. Sim huffs, like he's afraid to laugh. Oh goodness. I'm sorry, Sim. You will be mistaken because I am an evil bitch with a boyfriend who has a big dick. Oh, you spot Vase leaning against the wall of the garrison, watching Nemi train with the other soldiers. Wasn't supposed to be like this, he mutters. Shit, man. I had everything. The friends, the clout, the perfect girl. What the hell happened? I can be the perfect one for you. Here, have alien technology. Oh, talk to me. As a small crowd has gathered in the garrison courtyard, you push your way through to the center, where a circle has formed around Vase, Rex, and Nomi. Oh no! Oh no! And I have to be mean! You think you can come around here whenever you want, huh? Vase spits out. He's toe-to-toe with Rex, both hands fisted in the lapels of Rex's shirt. The garrison's off limits to cowards like you. I don't know if you realize, Rex drawls out, but it's a free colony. I can go wherever I want. You really have become a colony piece of shit, haven't you? Vase says. You are a waste of resources on the Helio, and living here has made you even more soft and undisciplined. You think you're so bloody hot, huh? He lifts Rex up so Rex is on his tiptoes. I should have broken more than your arm when we were kids. Also, it was Rex, I was thinking. Maybe you wouldn't be so goddamn cocky. Don't worry, he says, jerking Rex around so his feet scrabble in the dirt. I'm happy to teach you a lesson now. Rex's lips curl. You're a sociopath, Vase, he says. You don't care about honor or protecting people. You only like fighting because it makes your dick hard. His very big dick, don't forget that. Vase's face goes red. What the hell did you just say? Rex jerks his head and ptoo! Spits in Vase's eye. Vase roars and drops Rex, then hauls back his fist to give Rex the beating of his life. What do? Cheer for Vase! You cheer for Vase? Oh no! As Vase's fist connects with Rex's face in a spray of blood, Rex crumples to the ground and Vase follows him down, pinning him to the dirt and battering him. As Rex struggles to protect himself, Nomi screams and throws themselves at Vase's back, wrapping their slight body around his. Please don't! He didn't mean it! Vase doesn't stop until one of the adult soldiers bursts through the crowd, barking at Vase to lay off and go clear his head. By that time, though, Rex is lying motionless on the ground. You don't get the chance to check on him before the crowd disperses and blocks your vision. You catch up with Vase on the bluff above the garrison. We watch him stop and then turn around and slam his prosthetic fish into the boulder with a resounding clang! He grunts and shakes out his hand, then looks up to see you. He scowls. The hell do you want? I wanted to see if you're okay. I'm fine. Vase bites out. It's none of your business. Just stay out of it or you're going to get hurt. That boy whose arm you broke was Rex? What did I just say? Vase sneers. You just don't know when to quit, do you? But if you have to know, yeah, it was Rex, he continues. Stupid mutt. He and his friends all thought they were so cool back when we were kids. Rex was the same kind of scrawny runt as me. They just liked him more because he's all... He sticks his tongue out and pants like a dog, curling his hands like paws. Let's be friends. I love everyone. He rolls his eyes. Idiot. He leaves himself open on his left side. Did you know that? Got right in there and snap, snap. No more attitude. Not from him, not from anyone. They all gave me the respect I deserved after that. Hey, whatever works. Vase nods, satisfied. Other people only hurt you, Yabby. Unless you hurt them first, then no one messes with you. I learned that lesson early. Well, that was a shitty situation that I enabled. That certainly happened. Oh, here we go. Poor Utopia. But once again, I'm just gonna let this happen. I mean, you can't stop this anyway, but... Oh, right! I'm gonna hang out with the... I'm partying with the Helios. Teenagers aren't technically supposed to drink alcohol, but festival nights are an exception. At a party dedicated to feasting to excess, the mushroom wine and mulled cider is already flowing under the watchful eyes of your adult chaperones. What would Vase like? Grab a drink. Yeah, Vase is holding court with his soldier buddies. He sees your glass and raises his own, welcoming you to his private party. Lum told me that he thinks of me as his successor, Vase boasts, and everyone sitting around him nods. I mean, really, if you think about it, it just makes sense. Sure, he's a spacer kid like us, but he's old. He still thinks like he's from Earth. Me, I've got his talent for leadership, and I've got the guts to handle this planet. Watching from nearby, Mars rolls her eyes, covering her smirk with a drink. The festival continues after sunset, with a huge bonfire and raucous dancing. Someone carries a trippet over from the ranch to be skewered and roasted over the flames. The plant-like creature cooks up like roasted sweet potato, and the revelers cheer and dig in with their hands. Woohoo! You drunkenly pull off a hawk of roasted trippet from the flame, burning your fingertips. It tastes so good, though, you can hardly mind. There's something satisfying about a meal cooked over a flame and shared with your community. You feel a sense of unity with the people around you, as if sharing this meal with them has strengthened your bond on a primeval level. You forget the drama on stage between the governor and the council for now. Does it matter who's in charge when you're surrounded by good food and good friends? The week after Rutumnali is the hottest. Alright. Oh, and the zero tolerance policy, it's getting heated. Oh? Every time I gift you. Ooh, today's the day. You're going to confront Vase about his cruelty to others. No, I'm not. Fine, coward. Better cowardly than dead. Sure thing, hero. Shut the fuck up! Okay, wait, what if I do it? Just to see. Yes, I am. Vase is in the Garrison as usual. He's sitting at one of the tables in the lounge area, picking at his nails with the tip of his knife. When he sees you, he jerks his head in greeting and kicks out a stool for you. As you sit, he closes his knife with a snick and smiles lightly at you. What's up, Yabby? What do you say to Vase? Oh, I don't have empathy. I don't have enough empathy. Wait, I can have enough empathy. I want to see what this will do. Alright, do you want food? Ah, here we go. What do you say to Vase? It's time to work on your anger issues. Vase frowns at you. I don't have any goddamn anger issues, he scowls. If anything, this colony's too damn soft. You'd all be dead in the dirt by now if it weren't for my anger issues. It's not about fighting, Vase. You tell him about how he treats other people. Like how? Vase asks. Like how you control them through fear. Vase's face goes red, and he clenches his fist. You can't trust anyone, he says, baring his teeth. Eventually, everyone will either hurt you, or die like they can, or die before they can. Oh, like Nemi, and like your dad? Screw you, Vase chokes out. Coming in here, bloody psychoanalyzing me, kicking me when I'm down? Who the shit do you think you are? I'm someone who cares about you, Vase. Vase's stern expression collapses, and he turns back to watching the trainees. I don't need anyone to care about me, he manages. I'm a hero, he says, pulling himself to full height. I don't need you to protect me. Is there anything else you want to say to the Vase? You can't just be an asshole to people. Vase snorts. Who do you think you're talking to? I'm Vase, baby. He flexes his bicep at you. Around here, I can do what I want. Well, that could have gone better. Could have gone a lot worse considering. So anything else you want to say? There's nothing else I could do, so nope. Oh? Rhett and Utopia have set up a base camp in the swamps. They're studying their holoscreens intently, like generals in a war room, you suppose. You suppose in a way they are. Rhett gestures over to you. Here's our hero, he says. Listen, Yabby, we've been studying the information we took from the cloning facility. What did you learn? Well, our suspicions were correct. That was a cloning facility, Rhett says. Before we blew it up, anyway. Rhett nods at Utopia here. Pia here says that the facility's construction matches the Convergent Domain's ruins in the Resting Ridges, he tells you. The thing is, those ruins have mostly been dead for thousands of years, but that cloning facility, well, it was clearly still running. He pulls up the surveyor's report. Long before the stratospheric left Earth, he begins, we scanned the hell out of Vertumna. No signs of active sentient life, but there was something here, something the Convergent Domain left behind to run their facilities. Congruence figured it out. Some sort of eco-defense system, run by artificial intelligence. It's called the Gardeners. You nod, like you're hearing this for the first time. Like them little bot gardeners from Geophonics, Utopia chimes in. Only this system, it's running across the whole darn planet. Can't believe it's still running. She shakes her head in wonder. Imagine a dog still hunting thousands of years after its owner passed on. Rhett snorts. For all we know, this dog's what's killed them all. You don't breed those faceless just to pull up a few weeds. He turns back to you. Our guess is, now we're the weeds. We must have triggered it when we landed, and it's out to get us. We need some way to access its mainframe, or whatever it is, Brett concludes, so we can destroy it before it kills us. This defense system may be responsible for the attacks during Glow, and who knows what else. Rhett looks at you. You've been out there, Yabby. You've seen things. Have anything to add? I know a gardener. His name is Sim. You tell them everything you know about symbiosis, how he kept saving you from danger, how he doesn't seem to want to hurt humans at all, how he practically looks human. You even tell them about stealing a holo unit with media from Earth on it so he could learn more about humanity. After that, you tell them about Noculuscent. They need to know that not every gardener is as infatuated by humanity as symbiosis is. Rhett and Utopia stare at you as you share everything you know. Rhett gets visibly more disturbed the longer you speak. We suspect the AI has agents that can take physical form, he says quietly, but choosing to mimic humans to infiltrate our ranks through our children? That's not what's happening, but I'm gonna go with it. This defense system may be more intelligent than we considered, and more dangerous. What else will it stoop to doing? Sweets, Utopia says gently, why didn't you tell anyone? Nobody would believe me! Well, to be fair, Rhett says, tapping the side of his head, we love you, kid, but you've said some things. He turns to his holoscreen. I'm sorry we didn't take you seriously, he says. Who would have thought a kid knew more than we did? I know too much! I have seen the futures, many futures! What's important is that we finally know. Oh, wrong voice. What's important is that we finally know, Rhett says. This will help us better defend against the system's tactics. Anything else to report? I know how to access the array! You tell Rhett how you've managed to connect to the array, what he calls the Convergent Domain's eco-defense mainframe, and note on the map all the places that you found where it can be done. There's probably hundreds of these nodes, Rhett says thoughtfully. That's good work, kid. Anything else for us? Maybe we should try communicating? Rhett shakes his head. Look, even if this security system is intelligent, even if it's smarter than Congruence, it's never going to think outside of its programming. It's identified us as intruders and won't stop until we're all dead. He pats his rifle. It's like this drone rifle. Once you shoot a smart bullet, you can't negotiate with it. You can't be friends with it. It has a job to do, and its job is to kill. Alright, well you can negotiate with them, but sorry, sir, it's just a dumb thought. We all get them, Ray concedes. Do you have any more thoughts? Nothing else, sir. Now we have to access this array, he says. We need to figure out what to do with it. He taps his fingers against his chin. We'll need something that can take the system down at once, so it doesn't have anywhere to hide and replicate. Something like a computer virus. Go talk to Congruence and Engineering about designing a payload, Rhett orders. It might just take an AI to destroy an AI. Aye, aye, Captain! I'm going to cause problems. Oh, what's up? You still want to talk? Oh, nothing else? Alright, I guess I come back when I actually have it. You and Vase have finally tracked down your prey, the elusive air squid. Its eyeless face resembles scarred gray flesh, like an old shark. Its many gnash-like mouths hang open, long needle teeth flexing like gills as it breathes. Looks like something dead washed up on the shore, except it's floating in the air. Attack it! You've seen enough of this thing. This thing is a monster and it needs to be killed. No sense in waiting for it to notice you. So the one thing you've learned is that an air squid can be frighteningly fast when they need to be. Okay, so this might be a little hard. But not that hard. I've fought worse, literally. Let's see. 8, 7, 6, 6. 9, 4, 3. There we go. You and Vase dispatch the air squid. Its corpse-like body deflates and flails to the ground, oozing gray flesh across the swamp floor. Shit, yeah, Vase exclaims and fires his rifle into the air in victory. He then insists on taking selfies with this kill, as disgusting as the dead creature is. Of course he does. Oh, make the payload for Rhett. Though you could literally talk to Congruence anywhere, you meet her in the robotics workshop. Security Chief Rhett has briefed her on what he needs. Greetings, Yappy! I have some ideas on how to disarm the alien array. Or, as Security Chief Rhett put it, how to tear this AI freaking show a new asshole. She giggles. So evocative! Professor Howell walks in from the garage, wiping oil off his hands. Ah, Yabby is here, he says. Are you here to learn how to build a bomb? Exciting! I haven't done this since my rebel days. He turns to Congruence. Isn't that right, milady? You be the brains, I'll be your hands. Yabby, stay and pay attention. You'll need to know how to install this thing. I'm ready to learn. Congruence does most of the work, but Professor Howell builds the hardware and a universal connector. Oh, it's just like how we met, Congruence coos, and Howell laughs uncomfortably. She transfers her artisanal, single-batch, handcrafted organic virus into the payload hardware. It's an interesting array, that the array lacked the basic security to keep you from discovering it, Congruence says. Actually, that's not what happened, but Congruence says as you're waiting for the virus to download, I was designed to repel hackers and attack from other corporations. System security was a high priority. Humans on Earth were predisposed to being malicious due to the brutality of their environment. What you are to humans of Earth, the array is to me, she continues. You were designed for humanity's peaceful ascent to the stars. This array was designed to maintain order in a naturally disordered planetary ecosystem, to repel chaos from without, not within. I don't believe the array will have the capability to defend itself against an intelligent foe. You don't know exactly what to expect when it comes time to plug this thing in, but Congruence runs you through some possible installation scenarios. Afterwards, though, the planet will really be on its own. No guardians maintaining equilibrium, no legacy of a failed situation, no more attacks by brainwashed animals, just nature, as it should be. The payload is in your hands. Time to return to Rhett. We got it! I have the payload. You tell Rhett that the computer virus is ready to upload to the Convergent Domains array mainframe. Rhett nods grimly. Good work, kid, he says. We're one step closer to defeating this thing forever. Nothing else to report, sir. Rhett surveys the information before him. It's time to end this, once and for all. Wait, you mean... Aye, Captain, I guess? Wait. You mean we can actually... Rhett nods and calls Face over. Okay, you two, this is it. Time to infiltrate a Convergent Domain control facility. Our scouts have found one here in the swamps with help from your survey data. We know where it is, we know how to access the array from it, and we have the payload to fry the array once we do. There's only one problem, he says. We can't get in. The facility has a bio-encoded lock, and only one of the system's cloned agents can open it. It's like a kind of avatar. Flesh body, AI mind. We've seen these agents active in the area. They're called gardeners. You feel a surge of fear for Sim. When is the last time you saw him? Has he run into other humans? You need to find one and get the key from it, Rhett orders. I've already briefed Lieutenant Vase on the details. You and Vase are young, but you've already done incredible works here in the swamps, he says, gesturing to you and Vase. You're our best field agents. You know the swamps, and you've seen what the Convergent Domain is capable of. If anyone can manage this, you can. Utopia speaks up. Frankly, this whole thing stinks of impossible, she says, and I ain't keen on sending kids out to do an adult's work. It's dangerous, Yabby. Hunting down an AI agent in their own territory, breaking into their base. She puts her hand on your shoulder. You ain't being assigned to this, she continues softly. You get to volunteer. Let's kill some aliens! Rhett turns to Vase to ask the same question, but Vase is already saluting. You can count on me, sir, Vase snaps. If Yabby doesn't make it, I'll pull that payload out of their dead fingers and plant it myself. Good to know you have my back, Vase. I am glad you have so much faith in me. Utopia grimaces, but Rhett just laughs. Good energy, Lieutenant. Now get out there and kick some alien butt. Alright, I guess we're going. I was hoping I could date Vase, but we didn't get there just yet. Should I have waited? Maybe I should wait until next year? Let's just see what we can do. Oh! Noculuscent? You and Vase have been on the lookout for an alien AI agent, so you can use its key to gain access to the command facility. Just when you think you'll never find someone, or something, that it doesn't want to be found in the swamps, you come across a creature blocking your path, just sitting there, like it's waiting for you. It's Noculuscent! You catch a look of recognition on its familiar but alien face. Vase recoils from them and raises his rifle. Noculuscent raises their sonic emitter with sort of amusement to the tilt of their more humanoid parts. This is it, Vase whispers. The agent Rhett wants us to kill. Attack it! Die, Noculuscent, again! Boom! Yeah! You and Vase unload everything you have in Noculuscent until they turn and run into the gloop willows. With a touch of their hand, the sagging, wet foliage closes behind them, leaving you facing an impenetrable wall of goo. You sigh and place your hand against the gloop willows, muttering, "Bloody Noculuscent." Vase cocks his head. What did you say? Wait, you knew that thing? You tell Vase that you've met Noculuscent before, that time he took off ahead of you. That's what you were talking about? Vase says, stunned. I didn't believe you before. Sorry. That's the first apology I've heard from you in, I think, ever. Vase shakes his head in amazement. Goddamn unreal, he says. Aliens that can talk to us? He gestures to the ground, spattered with bright turquoise blood. We got it pretty good, he says. It's probably just gone off to die. Let's keep tracking it and get that key. Alright, but this is starting to feel very final, so I may actually go back and, finish flirting with Vase and see if I can get to that before we actually deliver the payload, because it looks like this is very final. So let's go back. Huh? You're just starting your shift when you hear the wall alarm start ringing. Your holopalm lights up on its own, projecting Chief Rhett's face into an emergency announcement to all soldiers. Attention all squads! Prepare for assault from the swamps! Battle stations everyone! Oh no! He deploys teams to weak points on the wall. As a veteran guard, you're assigned to the east wall and take control of the forces there. This is your first command in an emergency. Nemi slams into your shoulders as she runs past you to her post. Hey, she says, helping you right yourself. It's go time. You got this, Yabby. Yeah, let's do this. Nemi bumps her elbows with you and jogs towards her post, and you head for the east wall. The east wall is a small area near the burned-out wreckage of the Stratospherics command module. Seeing it always makes you uncomfortable. Other soldiers, most just kids like you, mill around waiting for their orders. Let's kick some ass! Alright, let's see what we can do. 9, 6, 4, 5, 6, 5, 5, 5. Oh yeah, we good. Boop. Together you hold the east wall against a horde of swamp creatures, shambling fungal xenosynths, mud-dripping goop faces, even finned muckwalkers already half dead from dehydration so far from the water. They surround the colony and seem desperate to get inside the walls, slipping over and crushing each other in their attempts to scale them. It's horrifying, but not all that dangerous. In their frenzy, the creatures are doing more damage to themselves than the walls. The toughest part is keeping your team from panicking. You make a game of it, commentating and calling scores like you're playing sports ball. Many of you started out playing sports ball together, so it's kind of like old times. One of the younger Helia boys, only 13, breaks composure and files wildly into the goopy mess of dead and dying creatures below. You get him back under control. It's not his fault. He shouldn't even be out here in the first place. In the end, you're proud of how you and your team handled it. This isn't a day you're going to forget soon. Leading the East Wall Team Defense. Got it. So that's the end of the guard duty run. Nice. Oh? You wake up to a message from Vase on your holopalm. You blink yourself awake and squint into the bracing light from the holo. Yabby, I wanted to say thanks for confronting me about my shit a few weeks ago. I bet that wasn't easy. You're lucky I didn't take a swing at you. You were right. I need to work on my anger, and I'm going to start that today. I'll let you know how it goes. Vase. Well, isn't that something? It's interesting. Oh, wait, there was the talking point. No, can I not do it because it was glow? Damn it, Vase. Here, have cake. Let them eat cake. Now talk to me? I can't talk to you. Alright, I guess we have to do it after glow. Isn't this the glow where we get blown up? Probably. Let's find out. Alright, here we go. Rush out after her. Nemi looks at you in surprise, but nods when she sees you ready to fight. Someone hands you a blast rifle, and you join her squad on the walls. Alright, so this is not the one. Alright. Oh, they're looking. Oh, yeah, isn't this the bomb? This is the bomb. Here goes. Eerie silence. Standing there, then boom! Those assholes! She yells. They knew our weakest point! How? She gestures to the flood of Xenos pouring through the gaping hole in the wall. There, she orders. Protect the gates! Shoot them from the walls! Fight! Alright. Fight. Fight. Oh yeah. The Xenos pour through the smoking hole in the wall, wave after wave of creatures of all sizes, fist-sized insects all the way to megafauna with like bushbubs and muckwalkers, great lumbering beasts the likes of which you've never seen. The largest ones soak up the gunfire and smash through the defenders on the ground, while the smaller, faster creatures make for the ship and geophonics domes. As your squad is getting the rhythm of defense, Governor Lump storms up the steps. You can see the whites all around his furious eyes as he grabs both you and Nemi by your shirt fronts, almost hauling you off your feet. Which one of you did it? He growls. Which one of you set the bomb? Wasn't us, Nemi exclaims, clutching Lum's forearm. Dang, so he blames you. Well, I already knew that, but this is the first time I've done it where it's actually, like, we're out there during the fight. Well, because the last time I did this where I was part of the fight, I stopped Dees from doing the bomb. Lum releases you with a snarl. It had to be an inside job. Someone with access to the Garrison. One of you Exocolonists, he spits. You're all traitors to humanity. He looks burned, possibly badly. Part of his uniform is still smoldering. You wonder if he and his squad were near the explosion, if people are dead because of it. He rounds on Nemi. Give me command of your squad, he orders. I'm taking them down to the courtyard to engage the enemy directly. I took a chance on you and Nemi, but you can't be trusted, just like the rest of them. My squad? Nemi stammers. She looks conflicted. Lum is the governor and outranks her as a soldier, but he's Lum. His plan is bound to be dangerous or even suicidal. The rest of the squad are Helioborn, yes, but they're also teenagers like you. Don't you need us up here supporting defenders from the walls? She chances to suggest. Last time I said let's ask the security chief. What if I say we're more useful up here? Lum doesn't look convinced, but your support emboldens Nemi. She stands up straighter and hardens her expression. I can't send my people into close combat, she says firmly. We're trained for range defense, not melee. The governor looks at your squad mates, but none of them make a move to follow him. He curls his lip up in disgust and walks away. Your squad stays on the walls, providing ranged support for the people fighting below. The air is thick with smoke and chaos, but when it clears you can tell that, against all odds, the defenders have regained the upper hand. The courtyard is littered with bodies, humans and Xeno both, and in the distance you can see that the geophonics domes are shattered and part of command is on fire. The colony was staggered by the explosion, the attack from within. It was quiet following the battle. The colony comes out of hiding to gather in the courtyard, surveying the damage. Governor Lum is on the warpath. I'll find who did it, and I'll have their goddamn head, he yells. I want every single strato lined up and questioned. Those were our explosives. I want to know who set that goddamn bomb. Dees is gone. Good, I was not that nice to him. It's better if he gets out while the going is rough. Ooh, and Vase wants to talk to us, but we're gonna have to save that for next time. Until then, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Remember to take care of yourself, remember to get your bombs ready, and have a good day.